The Indiana Pacers are about to pull off the biggest upset in NBA Finals history. Vegas has them at plus 550 underdogs against Oklahoma City. If they started the season at 50-1 odds, they'd be the longest long shots to win a championship in 40 years. But I know something Vegas doesn't. There's a stat buried in the playoff data that changes everything about this finals matchup. I'll reveal it in a moment, but first, you need to understand what we're witnessing. 25 years. That's how long Indiana has waited for this moment. Their last finals appearance was 2000 when they faced those dominant Shaq and Kobe Lakers. They lost in 6 games, and an entire generation of Pacers fans has grown up without ever seeing their team reach this pinnacle. The Thunder finished 68-14, best record in the NBA. They have the league MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who averaged 32.7 points per game on ridiculous 52/38/90 shooting splits. They dominated the West from wire to wire, setting single-season records for point differential, total double-digit wins, and total 15-point wins. ESPN has Oklahoma City at minus 750 favorites. The only finals team with shorter odds since 2005 was the 2018 Golden State Warriors at negative 1,075. This isn't supposed to be competitive, but here's what the experts are missing. The Pacers aren't just underdogs, they're assassins. They've been eliminating supposed superiors all postseason long. Beat Milwaukee 4-1, destroyed Cleveland 4-1, outlasted the Knicks 4-2, and that buried stat I mentioned, it reveals exactly why Oklahoma City should be terrified. Let me show you the 4 reasons why Indiana is about to shock the basketball world. Reason number 1, the unstoppable force. The first reason starts with a number that should terrify Thunder fans. 117.0. That's Indiana's offensive rating in these playoffs, second best among all remaining teams. They're not just scoring, they're obliterating defenses with surgical precision. Here's where it gets scary for Oklahoma City. The Pacers are shooting 40% from three-point range in the postseason. 40%. That leads every single playoff team by a massive margin. When you're hitting shots at that rate, defense becomes optional. But this isn't just hot shooting. This is systematic destruction. Look at their playoff efficiency by quarter. First quarter, they're outscoring opponents by 8.2 points per 100 possessions. Fourth quarter, plus 12.4. They don't fade. They get stronger as games progress. They're averaging 98.4 possessions per game, third fastest pace in the playoffs. Translation? They're going to drag the Thunder into a track meet whether OKC wants one or not. The Thunder allowed opponents just 104.7 points per 100 possessions in the regular season. Best defense in the NBA. But here's the problem. They haven't faced anything like this Pacers offense. Remember that 45-17 record since New Year's Day? That's a .726 winning percentage over nearly 4 months. This isn't some Cinderella story. They've been one of the 4 best teams in the NBA since January. And here's the kicker. All 5 starters are averaging double figures in scoring. Haliburton leads at 19 per game, but Siakam's at 20.4. Miles Turner's contributing 14.5 with elite rim protection. Aaron Nesmith's hitting 69.3% effective field goal percentage. And Andrew Nembhard's been the perfect complementary guard. You can't key on one guy. You can't double team your way out of this problem. When Tyrese Haliburton penetrates, he has 4 legitimate scoring options around him. Actually, let me pause here, because what I'm about to show you will completely change how you see Tyrese Haliburton. The man just did something that hasn't been accomplished in NBA playoff history. Something that puts him in conversation with Magic Johnson. Reason number 2, Haliburton's historic ascension game 4 against the Knicks. Eastern Conference Finals, everything on the line. Tyrese Haliburton posted 32 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, and 0 turnovers. You know what that makes him? The first player in NBA playoff history, and I mean ever, to record at least 30 points, 15 assists, and 10 rebounds without a single turnover. Magic Johnson never did it. John Stockton never did it. Chris Paul never did it. Russell Westbrook never came close. But this 25-year-old kid from Iowa State just rewrote the record books in the biggest game of his life. His playoff averages: 19 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists. Those numbers have only been matched by 3 players en route to the finals: Nikola Jokic, Magic Johnson, and Bob Cousy. That's the level we're talking about. That's the company he's keeping. But here's the thing that should terrify Oklahoma City's coaching staff. During the regular season, the Pacers had a 105.7 offensive rating when Haliburton was on the court against the Thunder. That would rank as the NBA's worst offense if averaged over a full season. The only team Haliburton struggled against more? The 21-win Charlotte Hornets. His unconventional style, that weird shooting form that looks like it shouldn't work, the herky-jerky movements that defy basketball physics. It's not a bug, it's a feature. And it's been breaking defenses all postseason long. Reason number 3. Siakam's championship DNA. Pascal Siakam just won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Beat out Haliburton by a single vote in what might have been the closest MVP race in conference finals history. 24.8 points per game. 52.4% shooting, 50% from three-point range in the series. But those numbers don't tell the real story. 6 years ago, Siakam was the best player on the court in Game 1 of the 2019 NBA Finals. That court had Kawhi Leonard, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, 5 future Hall of Famers. He dropped 24 points that night and set the tone for Toronto's championship run. He's been here before. He knows what championship basketball feels like. He understands the weight of the moment, the pressure of the stage, the adjustments that come with 7-game series against elite competition. That playoff career-high 39 points in Game 2 against the Knicks. That wasn't luck. That was championship experience taking over when his team needed someone to step up on the road. Games 2, 4, and 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. All Pacers victories. Siakam scored 30-plus in every single one. When the series was on the line, when they needed a closer, when Haliburton was being keyed on by New York's defense, Siakam became the steady hand. Which brings me to that buried stat I promised you earlier. The one that changes everything about this matchup. It's about to reveal why the Thunder should be genuinely worried about facing this Pacers team. Reason number 4, the upset formula. Here's that stat. The Pacers are 6-1 in road playoff games this season, 6-1 on the road in the playoffs. To put that in perspective, most teams struggle to maintain their identity away from home in the postseason. The crowd noise, the hostile environment, the pressure, it breaks teams down. Not Indiana. They've thrived in chaos, but it gets better. They've won 7 games outright as underdogs in this postseason alone. 7. They don't just cover spreads. They win games they're not supposed to win. Against Milwaukee in round 1, they were supposed to struggle without their injured stars. They won in 5. Against Cleveland, they faced a team that won 64 games and had the best offense in the regular season. They dominated them 4-1. Against New York, they went into Madison Square Garden and stole home court advantage multiple times. Only 2 other teams in NBA history seeded 4th or lower have opened 3-1 leads in 3 different playoff series. The 2020 Miami Heat that reached the finals and the 2023 Miami Heat that reached the finals. You know what this means? Indiana has the upset DNA flowing through their veins. But here's where Oklahoma City should start sweating. The Thunder went 7-9 against the spread in these playoffs despite their dominance. They're winning games, sure, but they're not covering the massive spreads Vegas keeps giving them. They're playing tight, pressing, feeling the weight of expectations. Here's the psychological factor nobody's talking about. When you're massive favorites, every possession is magnified. Every mistake gets blown up. The Thunder have to be perfect for potentially 7 games while carrying the weight of an entire fan base's expectations. The Pacers? They're playing with house money. Zero pressure. Nobody expects them to be here. Their fans are just happy to be dancing. That's exactly where upset magic happens. But there's one more psychological advantage that could determine everything. Game 1 tips off Thursday, June 5th in Oklahoma City. The Thunder will have their crowd, their confidence, their 68-14 regular season record, but they'll also have something they've never faced before. A team that genuinely believes it belongs on this stage. This isn't David versus Goliath. This is 2 elite teams with one getting disrespected by everyone except the people who matter themselves. 25 years of waiting. A generation of fans who've never seen their team reach this summit. Sometimes the biggest upsets happen when absolutely nobody sees them coming. When the underdog has nothing to lose and everything to prove. The Thunder are the better team on paper. But basketball isn't played on paper. It's played between the lines, in the moments that matter most. And that's exactly where champions are born. The Pacers are about to shock the world, and you just got the blueprint for how it happens. What do you think? Am I crazy for believing in this upset, or are you starting to see what I see? Drop your finals prediction in the comments below, and if this analysis opened your eyes to something the experts are missing, smash that share button and spread the word. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell icon, because when Indiana pulls this off, you'll want to be the first to see my I Told You So video. The upset starts Thursday night.